Watched the P. Diddy documentary on Netflix the other day. It didn't hit me like something new. It hit me like confirmation, like a 28-year echo finally bouncing back to me. Because I just want to say this, that back in 1996, when I was a teenager in high school, freshman, that was the year I met my husband. And that was the era where Biggie, Puff Daddy, Tupac, they were everywhere. You couldn't escape them. Their music was blasting out of cars, radios, and stores, TV, heavy rotation, nonstop. And honestly, it got really annoying. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing Hypnotize or Mo Money, Mo Problems. And as big as the music was, there was always something off about Puff for me. I used to sit there watching these videos thinking, why is this man in everything? Like, no matter whose song it was, R&B, hip hop, whatever. He was sliding in the frame like an unwanted hype man. And he wasn't a good rapper. He didn't look good or anything, not to me. He said he said same taglines all the time. Bad boy this, bad boy forever, bad boy for life, whatever. And something about it just rubbed me raw. It wasn't just promoting, like he wasn't just promoting. He was inserting himself. Like he couldn't stand to let his artist shine without him standing beside them front and center. And I remember telling people as a teenage girl, something is not right about this dude. I don't like him. He gives me bad energy. Some people laughed, some dismissed what I was saying, some just ignored me, but I meant every single word. It wasn't because of his look, though, yes, even visually, he fell off. Like I said, he didn't look good. He didn't look like a Fabio or anything. It was because something in my spirit said there was something dark there, a hunger for power, an insecurity masked as confidence, a man who needed the spotlight so badly, he'd wedge himself into every single thing that he could every single time. Then Tupac died. And the moment it happened, something just in me just whispered, why do I feel like Puff is behind some of this? And the reason why I say that is because I felt like he was big just for no reason. It wasn't like he was better than Tupac. It wasn't like he could rap his head off. I'm just like, why is this dude always lingering like a just like a bat, like a fungus? I didn't know. I didn't know him. I didn't live on the East Coast. I I had no insider information, but spiritually something just wasn't clean. And then just months later, after that, Biggie was murdered. Two of the biggest names in rap, two icons, two giants dead within months of each other. And everyone wanted to make it seem like it was a gang on gang, East versus West, bad luck, coincidence thing. But my spirit just never said coincidence. I said back then, no, something just isn't right. I don't accept that. Somebody benefited from their death, somebody power hungry, somebody with something to gain. And nobody listened to me. I wish you guys knew me back then because you would be remembering what I said because I said it often. I'm like, this dude just rubs me the wrong way. I can't stand Puff Daddy. All his different names and stuff. I'm like, why? For what reason? I'm like, something is not right about this dude. Fast forward 3 decades. Here comes Cassie's case. The walls start cracking. And once one person says something, it all comes as a domino effect. The internet starts buzzing. Here comes the lawsuits flying everywhere. People start acting shocked. And I sat there like, I said, this dude wasn't right. I said it. Something wrong with this man. I told y'all for years. I told you. And people are screaming like, oh, they just trying to bring a successful black man down. But excuse me, when did being black excuse assault? When did wealth justify violence? When did success erase accountability? Being a black man is not a license to terrorize people, harm women, blow up cars, or shut people up with money and power. Wrong is wrong, no matter what the race, regardless of the status or skin color. Then I see this documentary. I've seen all 4 episodes. You talk about binge watch? Yes. Even though the episodes aren't that long, but hey, I wanted to see what 50 Cent had to say. When it reached the part of the documentary where they start laying out the Biggie and Tupac situation, I believe they had like a retired LA cop um, give his account of everything. You can see the jealousy, you can see the control, the Rolling Stone cover, the LA trip when everyone told Biggie it wasn't safe. I bawled. I was crying. Not because it was new information, but because it matched the exact picture I carried in my gut for almost 30 years. It was like the documentary was saying out loud what my spirit had been screaming in silence since I was a girl. They talked about how Biggie was about to be the face, the star, the one. And suddenly Diddy wants the Rolling Stone cover for himself, even after Biggie's gone. They show Biggie on stage in LA in the documentary, show him, it's like a close up of him on stage. And you could see the fear in his eyes, how uncomfortable and how reluctant he was to be there. And yet, Puff pushed, di- he pushed Biggie there anyway, regardless of how he felt, against advice, against safety, against common sense. And when I saw that footage, something inside me broke because on that stage, you could see a man who knew he shouldn't be there, a man who knew the danger, a man being used like a pawn on someone else's chessboard. And the question hit me: what kind of heart does it take to sacrifice your own artist for power? To stand beside a man, smile with a man, film him, profit from him, and still position him to die. This documentary didn't create suspicion, it confirmed it. It validated every time people shrugged me off. It proved that discernment is real. It reminded me that spirits speak long before stories surface because I didn't need celebrity lawsuits to fill that darkness. Didn't need articles. I didn't need survivors coming forward. I didn't live in New York. I never met Diddy, but something in me always said he is not what he pretends to be. This series put language to what intuition already knew. It laid out patterns of power, ego, obsession, insecurity, darkness, jealousy, and vindictiveness. It painted the portrait of a man who needed to stand at the top, even if he had to climb over bodies to do it. So, this is my reaction, not just as a viewer, but as a woman who saw something decades before it was spoken, as someone who felt the evil through a television screen long before the world caught up, as someone who knows discernment is not paranoia, it's spiritual evidence. This Netflix documentary didn't expose something new, it revealed what was already rotting in the open. And if people couldn't see it then, they definitely can see it now. Make sure you like and subscribe.